A new power is rising. A power to take over the miniature painting world. A power that I want for myself. What's up guys, Rab here from Rabtastic Paints, hope we're all well. Now, a couple of weeks ago I saw Louise from Rogue Hobbies video on painting a prismatic sword and I was inspired. Not inspired to paint Space Marines, but inspired to paint Saruman. And I know what you're thinking, Saruman wears white, that's why it's called Saruman the White. Well, you might be wrong. Let me read a quote from the book for you that I've got over here on my second monitor because I don't have the book. This is a conversation between Saruman and Gandalf, which Gandalf relays to the Fellowship at the Council of Elrond. For I am Saruman the Wise, Saruman Ringmaker, Saruman of Many Colours. They also leave out the fact that he makes his own rings of power in the movies. I looked then and saw that his robes, which had seemed white, were not so, but were woven of all colours, and if he moved, they shimmered and changed hue, so that the eye was bewildered. So, maybe not Saruman the White. So I thought, why not try this prismatic painting style on some robes? Let's see how it went. So the first thing I did was paint everything except the robes. The reason for that is, if I made a mistake and had to tidy it up, it would be a lot easier to tidy up the staff and skin than to tidy up the robes. Now the staff itself was simply painted black and dry brushed with Finrizian grey. And then for the skin on the hands and face, I painted it using Kislev flesh. I then used Bugman's Glow for the recesses such as the eye sockets and the mouth, before giving it an all-over wash with Rickland flesh shade and then highlighting some areas with Kislev flesh again. And now for the robes themselves, they needed a good base coat of an off-white to allow us to really blend all the colours together on it. I chose Pallid Witch flesh, and a couple of coats were needed to get a good even surface. And now this is where the fun really begins, using a very light pink, almost pastel if you have it, watered down to a glazed consistency. I started to apply thick lines the length of the cloak. I'll be honest, this was terrifying. I did not think it was working at all, but as always, it was a case of trusting the process. Once we've done the pink, it's time to move on to the blue, and we're really just repeating the steps we did in the first stage. A very light blue, watered right down, and then we're going to follow the contours of the robes in line with the pink. Don't worry if you overlap it slightly, it's all going to be blended together anyway. Once we've finished with the blue, it was time for the green, and I'll be honest guys, after a couple of strokes I realised this was a mistake. This green was far too bright. I really should have added some white to tone it down a little, but I trusted the process. I knew in the end we could fix it if we needed to, so we kept going. And finally, the last colour we're going to use is yellow, which we apply in the same manner we've used the pink, the blue and the green. And apologies guys, I've just noticed that most of the video is slightly off centre. Now as lovely as the model looks right now, it's not exactly what I was going for. I wanted it to look like all of the colours were shining through a white, so I heavily watered down some white paint and went over the entire model to hopefully dull down some of the colour. With that done, all I had to do was add a coat of gloss varnish, and let's see how it looks. Stop. You didn't think I was going to show you this mini without telling you how I did the base of the Palantir, did you? So to paint those marble bases, I used a tutorial I found on YouTube from Origin Painting. I'll link it below, but that's the thumbnail up there, and all it really is black spray paint, gold spray paint, white spray paint, or an airbrush if you got it, and baby wipes. It really is surprisingly simple, and when you get a effect like that, you can't really complain. The stand or the pedestal for the Palantir was just painted black and then dry brushed Finrizian grey. The Palantir itself got an all over coat of yellow, and then a black eye was painted on it. I then did lots of small red lines to look like the iris or the pupil. I don't know much about eyes, I'm not an optometrist. Once I did all the red lines, I then went back over it with some small orange lines just to break it up a little, add some extra colour, make it look a lot better. And then finally I went over the whole thing again with some very fine black lines just to make it look a bit dark and foreboding. And there we have it, my prismatic inspired Saruman of Many Colours on his fabulous marble plinth. It might not be my best painting to date, but it certainly was a lot of fun. As always guys, thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more videos from me in the future. Until next time, take care.